story behind this guy, Christian, basically, I didn't even know he existed for a bit, and my web developer for Only Brad saw some potential in him. He saw him on a TikTok live stream, and he was like, you know what, man? Hey, I see what you're doing online. He had a blue page going. It wasn't too big. He wasn't getting too much traction. So he's like, why don't you join our website, Only Brad? You can get some more eyes on your name and whatnot. And he was like, yeah, I'd be down for that.
The craziest one I got was sticking a plunger in my.
What?
Yes, a plunger. I ended up having splinters.
Yo, you actually did
Yeah.
it? What?
It was it was a custom
What?
request for 500, and he paid me 250 prior, so I got 750 total from him. Oh! You called it, moon camera.
Oh. This is my favorite one. Welcome to the Boss Talks podcast. It's Bossman here, and today I have two special guests.
Yep, you already know. It's Brad, and I brought my special friend.
My name's Christian, or I go by Christian's Long.
Nice. So how'd you end up getting that username?
I guess me and Brad and Rick talked about it for a little bit, and then it was something that just popped in mine and Brad's head. It was just a username that formulated between us.
So you guys work together. You guys are like friends?
Yeah, so the story behind this guy, Christian, basically, I didn't even know he existed for a bit, and my web developer for Only Brad saw some potential in him. He saw him on a TikTok live stream, and he was like, you know what, man? Hey, I see what you're doing online. He had a blue page going. It wasn't too big. He wasn't getting too much traction. So he's like, why don't you join our website, Only Brad? You can get some more eyes on your name and whatnot. And he was like, yeah, I'd be down for that. So we added him to Only Brad, and he was like the first ever virtual model we had. So first guy that I didn't know in person. And Christian hopped on Only Brad, and he's been making content on the platform for about 3 months now. He's been putting out some quality stuff on the timeline, gaining subscribers there. And funny enough, actually, your Only Brad is making more than your blue page, isn't it?
It is, yeah. My Only Brad's making roughly, 2K? And my OnlyFans, my blue page, is making about, I'd say, 1,000 a month. But basically, with the whole situation with the web developer, actually, I sell content outside of like the blue page and Only Brad's, and the web developer actually ended up texting me. He's like, "Can I buy some content?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I sold him some content. He said, "Well, I'm buying this," and he asked me like, "Would you like to join the Only Brad's team?" And I said, I gave it a thought for a little bit. I'm like, you know what? I'm down. He ended up talking me into it, and that's how I got onto the team with Samir, Brad, and Troy.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's been 3 months since he's been on the platform, and at this point I was like, you know what? It's time for us to meet in person. So I flew him out all the way from Ohio. This kid's literally from Ohio.
Nice.
And I flew him out to Miami. It's his first time flying alone, first time in Miami, and he's getting to meet all these new people, get on a podcast. So it's a really great opportunity for him. Yeah. And dude, so I'm gonna help him make more TikToks, Instagram Reels, Twitter posts, sellable content, collabs, live streams. We're basically gonna do it all. And we're gonna definitely get his numbers up, because this guy, he's got a lot of potential. A lot of people really like his look. He just needs some more eyes on him, basically.
Yeah, that makes total sense. That's cool you found him on TikTok Live, because I've heard of that happening before.
Yeah.
Like, wow, maybe I should go TikTok Live. But how long have you been doing social media, like in total?
Social media in general, like, are you talking to the blue page?
Both.
So blue page I've been doing for 6 months now. Since April 21st I started, was my first ever post on the blue page. And then Only Brad's, I was doing it for 3 months. I've been doing that for 3 months. I used to post on YouTube, but that really didn't work out for me, so I just quit there. TikTok, I've had my TikTok account ever since it was Musical.ly.
Oh, wow.
So
you got a lot of followers on there?
I have about roughly 13.5K. I began, the video that blew up like majorly was a video of me and my brother dancing before we went to a community fair. Like,
he's an identical twin. His brother literally looks exactly like him. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's pretty funny. And yeah, bro. So
Is it
he's
twin?
growing.
Does he do it too?
No, I mean, my twin does the blue page. He does. But the thing is, like, he's not as interested into it as I am. Like, he's not, like, big about it. He wants to more be, like, a designer or something. He wants to, like, pay this way. Like, yes, he wants to be in that social media creation, but he doesn't want it to it and, like, the way we do it.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
And this guy, Christian, how old are you, bro?
I'm 18. I turned 18 in March of 26.
Wow, so you're fresh.
Yeah.
Wow, so
I'm
that's
fresh.
wow. Yeah, so you turned 18 like 2 months later, 3 months later, back on it.
I say the first month so immediately after March, I signed up. I was like, so I signed up April 20th, and my birthday was March 26th. So I'd say about a month
Nice.
it took me, and I just signed up immediately. I got 100 fans immediately, and I saw just boom, interest. It lit up my eyes, and I was just wanting to do it more and more.
Cool. So like, what kind of stuff do you do? What's your sexuality?
So my sexuality, I'd say I'm like bi-curious or straight curious.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just like cruising, trying to see what I'm in for, like what type of stuff I like.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I started doing solo content, and then content with my girlfriend at the time, and then we did a content with another girl, and then eventually, I started trying new things with guys, kind of seeing, what I liked, what I'm into, and like, so I started from doing that, and now like everything I've tried with the guys on camera.
No way.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So it's you'll get to like learn a lot more about yourself and your sexuality like the longer you do this.
Yeah, and this guy Christian, I don't think you've done a single collab yet, right?
No.
So he hasn't done any collabs yet. So it's gonna be his first time doing a collab, and we're gonna do collab live streams and stuff, and tons of other content. So it's gonna be a really great trip, and we have a lot planned. So super excited for this, and yeah, man. Well, anyway, boys, I'm gonna let y'all take it from here. It was thank you for having me on, and yeah, here you go, Christian. Enjoy.
You see,
Doing a collab with Brad, like, it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing because he's going to raise the bar so high that, like, your other collabs aren't going to feel as good.
I mean, that bar has been raised so high. Yes, I understand. But as soon as I got here, Brad made me $300 immediately. He made me $300 more on my blue page. Originally, I was making about $700, but I also have been busy with the only Brads, so my schedules with that kind of combine. So I've been trying to post on the blue page at least once a week, and then on
Like
only
a full
Brads,
video or just in general?
just like in general, like get them like a couple photos and then a couple like videos just for them to lean off of, and like just so that they can get their interest in. So that way I don't lose interest out of my subscribers. And right now I have about, I'd say 70 current reoccurring subscribers.
It's not bad. Do you have a girlfriend or anything?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend. We've been dating for about 5 months.
And she knows you do this and stuff?
Yeah, she knows I do this as a job. The collaborating, she's not much of a big fan for.
Most
But-
girls won't be.
Yeah, she already said that. She stated to me today that, like, yeah, most girls are not a fan and will not probably be a fan of the whole collaboration thing. But as long as it makes you money, and as long as the money makes you happy, you do what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Max used to be pretty cool about it, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And like now, sometimes when I talk to girls, they get grossed out about it, or like some of them, like, because I live in Tennessee, so all the girls there are super like Christian, like conservative, grew up like really homey. I don't know, like their interest in like what they think is a lot different than like girls out here in Miami or like cities and stuff.
Yeah, they're city girls. City girls and country girls are a lot different. In Ohio, I grew up around like Catholic, Christian, like a lot of different type of religions you went through. And my buddy, he's Protestant, and he believes in that sexual stuff. But his parents are Protestant as well, but they don't really believe in it. So my buddy, he's like, he helped me along the way. He's like giving me the motivation to keep going, to keep putting energy into this. So I appreciate him, my buddy. And then my brother, every time in an argument, he wants to use it against me. But I'm like, you know what? I'm sitting here with more money than you. and you're sitting over here with nothing, no job.
Yeah. Well, that's tough. So when you started your page, I guess you kind of assumed that it's gonna be all guys, right?
No, I thought I was actually gonna attract some of the female attention, actually. Because I was a type of ladies' man originally. Like, I would swoove in and just like pick up a girl. Like, I would be on like Duke Dennis type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would come in and I would look at a girl and they would just like, ooh, he's hot, he's attractive. Like, let me try to get his number. That's basically how I met my girlfriend now. I was at the Claremont County Fair in Ohio, and I was riding one of these rides, and we looked at each other, and we felt that spark, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got our zing from Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, that's cool. Did you like look at each other and then like do a double take and you just go up to her or what?
Yeah, so we still argue to this day on who thought who was hotter first.
Mm-hmm.
I say it was me because my best friend, who's bisexual, he used to do OnlyFans, but he doesn't do it anymore. He just stopped with that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like bisexual or gay. He leans more towards guys, but I'd say like he was the one who helped us get together. He was the one who helped us form, because he was lip reading towards her and I was whispering into his ear like, she's attractive, like I need her number.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up walking up to her after the ride. I'm like, hey, could I get your number? I thought Snapchat at first, but then I'm like, no, that's just childish. That's like not mature whatsoever. So I walked up to her, I got her number, and we started talking from a bit. We thought originally that it was just going to be like a hookup thing or like just a quickie and go. But we actually ended up talking more and more and getting to know each other a lot.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool. So she knows you do it. And she knows it's your full-time thing.
yes.
And like, do your fans, they know you have a girlfriend?
Majority of my fans know that I have a girlfriend, especially on my blue page. They do. I don't know about the Only Brads page,
Mm-hmm.
but majority of my Only Brads page did come from like my Twitter, and
Mm-hmm.
my Twitter knows that because I used to post content between me and my girlfriend.
Oh, like her too? Like she was in the
Yeah,
video?
but then she wanted to drop out of it, so I deleted the content between me and her.
Yeah, makes sense.
She just wants to find a job that she can relax on. She can
Mhm.
like chill out. So yeah.
That's pretty cool. So have you had any fans like ask for some crazy custom requests?
Ooh, I mean, I've had fans who's hit me up with like, oh, do you want to do? I'll give you 2,000 for me to suck your dick right now, or I'll give you 5,000 for us to just go in a hotel. I keep telling them no, but the custom request, the craziest one I got was sticking a plunger in my ass.
What?
Yes, a plunger. I ended up having
Oh.
splinters.
Yo, you actually did it?
Yeah.
What?
It was it was a custom
What?
request for 500, and he paid me 250 prior, so I got 750 total from him.
What?
Because my content, when I would sell it, it used to be really pricey, and then I talked to more like sales and like more people who make content and create content. They're like, oh yeah, you want to lower your prices so that you sell it more, because the more you sell, the more you'll be able to profit, because you
Yeah.
won't be able to profit off of making $200 in one sale and just doing that over months time instead of doing it in days time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, bro. I wasn't expecting that. And you're fully straight
Yeah.
so far? I guess you're a little curious.
Yeah.
That's wow. Okay. Well, I was gonna ask what the craziest one you've done. I'm gonna assume that's it. Oh,
I'd say that's the craziest request that I've done so far.
What's the craziest request you've got, or is that it?
That was it.
Wow. So you've actually okay. Yeah, I was not expecting that. All right. All right. So you've been doing it for 6 months. Do you have any like cool stories like from it? Like, have you ever met a fan? Have you ever like? Is there anything just super cool that you have like because of OnlyFans?
I've been able to upgrade my PC, and gaming is like a really big passion of mine. So I mean, I'd say that's pretty cool. But also, like, I don't know. I've been able to meet a lot new people, like not really meet them in person, but like over time, like just advertising myself off TikTok or just like talking to people on Twitter. You get to talk to a lot of new people and get to know a lot more people. And maybe eventually one day I'll be big enough to like Sophie Rain or anything like else like that, or Jack Doherty. I'm not saying I want to be like Jack Doherty. I'm just saying like I want to get on that level, like where I'm making millions off of this, and like to where people can come up to me and say like, oh, you're this big influencer who is on the Blue Page, right? So I'd say that like it's the being able to talk to people and having the interest in like being able to become up to or came up to and be able to have a nice conversation.
Yeah, you said you were a ladies' man, so I want to ask you if you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but what's your body count?
My body count is about 17.
And you're only 18?
Yeah.
Dang, boy. Sheesh, that's a lot.
Yeah. So I'm not going to lie. I did tell my girlfriend that I had a body count of 9, because I didn't want to scare her away at the beginning, but then I ended up telling her like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, my body count's like 15, 16. But so I ended up telling her my body count, and she wasn't too pleased with it. But I guess it's how you have to be, because you have to be honest in like relationships. I guess.
Yeah. You regret any of them?
Regret any of my bodies? I'd say the biggest one I'd regret. That's a really rough question, because I haven't really thought about like which one I will regret the most. The one that I regret the most, I would say, is probably my first ever body. I was 13, and I snuck out of my house at like 1 a.m, and like I snuck out of my house. I ended up smoking. Like I passed the gas, passed the green, whatever you guys want to call it nowadays. But I ended up seeing the moon. It was smiling at me, and I found out a week later that she ended up sleeping and texting my best friend, who I played baseball with at the time.
Yeah, that's a crappy way to lose your virginity, I guess.
Yeah.
You said you've been doing mainly solo content. You don't really have like any guy collabs.
No.
When's your first collab gonna come out? Do you know?
It'll probably come out before I leave, if not after I leave, because I still have solo content to post before I post that content, but I'll probably just throw it in the middle. Like, me and Brad probably plan on doing something on the couch or even in the bed. But we plan on just doing one of those quick little, jerk offs and just calling it a night.
Yeah. Nice. That's pretty cool. And so how's the solo content? Like, do you enjoy filming it? Is it kind of hard? Do you have to like watch something?
I enjoy filming with solo content as long as it's a custom request that is paying really well. So I used to like live stream on this like app called Periscope when I was a lot younger, and I would make money off of it doing what I do now. So I fell out of the love of creating custom content. So Brad was the one who like really helped me get out there more and like make more custom content. And with Only Brads, it's really easy. All I have to do is sit there for like 4 days to a week and just bang out videos after videos after videos. And I'll have like a month or two worth of content, and I can just sell custom content over time if I have any extras.
Okay, that's
if
not
that's
bad,
if that's the content that they're asking for.
Yeah, I always do mine a little differently because like I just kind of film as I go. Like usually it's unexpected, or sometimes I'll plan the trips and I'll come out to different cities and stuff and like just knock out a bunch all at once. And so I like that method because then like after today, I don't have to do any content or make anything for like at least two months. So yeah, I basically did the same thing as you, but I'm not on Only Brad.
Yeah.
So.
You might want to join. Who knows?
I don't know. I don't want to take any away from my my main stuff. It's
Yeah.
like it's really good. I think at the beginning, if you're like doing really well at something, to just stick to that, and then once you're like maybe max out at that, then start branching out and doing other things. But for now, man, it's my page has been going so well, so I don't know. I don't want to take too much attention away from it.
Yeah, I'm still growing, so I don't know where I'm going to go right now. So if I get to that point where, like, I'm making good enough money to where I can, like, sit down and live, like how Brad's trying to do, then if I make enough money, I'll keep doing it. But if I don't, I'll probably just follow, like, my passion of, like, photography and videography, because that's been, like, a big dream of mine for, like, a kid.
That's cool.
And then I was going to do, like, a backup job, like a side job as, like, a police officer or something. Because I've always, like, watched, like, those 911 shows or, like, Texas PD or whatever. And I would be like, you know what? That's really cool. Like, I want to be a police officer when I grow up. And I don't want to be, like, one of them bad police officers. I want to be, like, one of them good police officers. Like,
Yeah.
I want to, like, represent my police station.
That makes sense. Do you think they'll accept you if they ever found your page?
Who are you talking about? Like the police?
Yeah.
Oh, if they found my page, that's if I'm working still. If I were to try to police station and if I'm still working for Only Brads, if they found my page, I think they would still accept me because it's still
Really?
a side hustle. It's still a job that's making me really good money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're making money, then you're seen in the world, like, yes, I'm doing it in a way of, like, body-wise, but, like, you're still making the money that you need to live, and sometimes it's hard for people to make money, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know how accepting people are of it. Like me, I'm kind of, like, I feel like I'll never be able to get another job again just because I went full send on this. And so, like, I'm just hitting this hard. Like, I plan on retiring off doing this, so got to hit it as hard as I can.
Yeah, people say that not enough prayers will direct the sins that you have created. But I was raised in a Catholic household, and both of my parents are fine with it. Both of
Really?
my parents are fine with what I'm doing. And I understand it was different with Brad. But both of my parents, they told me, like, whatever makes you money, do it. But they told, and then I have some, like, really big believers in, like, Christianity and, like, other religions being like, the amount of sins you are doing right now, God will not let you up in heaven. I said, as long as I repent for my sins every night, every day, you can still end up in heaven.
Yeah.
It says that in the Bible, and there's a Bible verse that states that as long as you repent to your God, then you will be able to go up to heaven.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works if you're actively knowing you're doing it, but let's stay off the religion part.
Yeah.
Would you say, like, you're pretty horny, like, in your personal life?
Oh, in my personal life, yeah.
Really?
I can stay horny. Like, my girlfriend gets me going, I'm going. Like, I want to have sexual intercourse. Or, like, if I'm watching, like, I'm just scrolling through Twitter, I have a bunch of, like, either females, and sometimes there'll be, like, Tom Holland or Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like, damn, my dick's hard. Like, what? like I'll see just, like, sometimes maybe an attractive dude will catch my eye or, like, catch my attention.
Yeah, I do that too.
I'd say, yeah, my sexual activity it has not lowered or diminished at all.
Yeah, so how many times would you say you beat one out in a day? Or do you live with your girlfriend? Or
Yeah, I live with my girlfriend.
So I guess how many times would you say you nut in a day on average when you're in a
On average, if I'm with my girlfriend, I probably do one while she's sleeping next to me.
I used to do that too.
Or I'd just, like, if me and her are having sexual intercourse, then I'd go 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, bro.
And I'd just say beating my mate, I'd just say maybe once or twice. Depends on, like, if I have to make content. Like, I'll do it twice if I have to make content. Once if I don't.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so I have a question. Have you ever been, like, down bad? Like, have you ever been, like, up late at night, like you're single, like you're like, man, I just want something. So you, like, text a big girl off Tinder or something, you ever done anything like that? You ever just been down bad?
No. I have not actually had any like attraction towards bigger girls. Like I would say like some like chubbier girls, they're attractive, sure. But my attraction's more towards like skinnier or like gothic girls, you know? Like
Gothic?
yeah, I would
I can see
like,
that for some reason.
I would probably like text like I've never been on Tinder, so I wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I have had a Snapchat account with like 3,000 friends before, and every night or every day I would look for a new person where I can like trade or send nudes to, or like
Oh yeah.
so that way we can like just get something going, so that way I can just enjoy my moment.
Yeah. I've never really been much of a nudes guy. I know, like in high school, all my friends are like, "Look at these girls," and like they'd show like all these girls from high school and stuff. And like I think I've probably asked like 3 girls my whole life for that, and like I dated one of them. Like I like when it's just naturally sent to me, I guess. But like I don't know, I've never really been into that kind of stuff. But like I used to like sharing mine for some reason, and so I think like I chose the right profession.
Yeah.
I did it for free. You know what I mean? I've done it for free for the last like not decade now. I've done it for a while though. Probably 5, 6 years for free. So
I mean, like there has been, I haven't really believed in hookups. Me, like I'm into that loyalty. So like if I have attraction to one girl, like yes, the nudes thing, that's like not really loyal. But in an aspect, I've only had one hookup.
So you've had 16 different girlfriends?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I've dated.
Maybe you're the problem, bro. Dang.
I've dated almost 30 people, and I've gotten cheated on every single time.
Dude, that means you're the problem, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta figure out.
I gotta figure out something. I
See,
mean, apparently I'm doing this one really well, so I probably figured out the problem, fixed it, and.
So you've been cheated on over 16 times?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I
I've
need
been-
some Rod Wave on your playlist, bro.
For real.
That's tough. I've been cheated on. There's this like one girl in high school that cheated on me. She like got dared to kiss a guy, and then there's another girl in high school that cheated on me because like when I used to like live with like a strict dad, and like they'd take my phone all the time.
Yeah.
And so we were together for like a month and a half, and I only had a phone for like 2 weeks of it. And so she wasn't able to talk to me for like 2 weeks. And so I'm over here like at my house, like thinking, you know, she's like in bed, being good, doing whatever, I guess. Like I didn't know because I wasn't able to talk to her. She was like half a mile down the road getting finger blasted by one of my friends at the time.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. And yeah, so now that guy's one of my biggest ops, but so I just thought it was pretty funny.
Fuck the ops.
It's really funny now. Yeah, it's super funny now because honestly smelled weird anyways. Like it wasn't really an L on my end, but I guess at the time I was like, dang, I guess I kind of got cheated on. But she said she didn't cheat on me because she had broken up with me. She just wasn't able to tell me she was breaking up with me. That's what she said. So I got my phone back. I checked her Instagram to go text her, and I wasn't on there no more. I was like, yo. She was already posting thirst traps and stuff too. I'm like, bruh, that's awful. But I lived in a place where like the quality of the people weren't high, so stuff like that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Life happens.
I mean,
so.
Kentucky.
Yeah, like,
Kentucky
bro.
girls are deadly. Indiana girls are deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio girls are deadly.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of like areas, you know, that are deadly girls that are like not safe to date because they can either mess your life up or they can mess your relationship up.
Yeah, I feel like quality is hard to find now. Is there any moves you have that like any special moves you do like in bed? Is there anything that a girl would remember about you doing specifically, or something you're good at?
I'm really good at eating people out.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. Either that or I would say that like my doggy style is really good because I can grab them from under and just go ham.
Yeah.
Just go crazy.
So I guess like the angle of your thing is just good for that.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
mine curves up and it hits the G spot perfectly.
Yeah, mine does too. So what would you do? So you're completely straight. So what would you do with the guy from if he paid you $1 million?
I would get on my knees and blow. I would let that man pound my cheeks, or I would pound his cheeks. Either one. If he's a bottom, pound his cheeks. If he's a top, then I would let him pound me. As long as we have lube, I'm sorry, I'm not doing no lube. has to be lube and protection.
What if the $1 million is taxed?
If it's taxed, like how much?
So like
tax?
600,000 is what you keep.
600,000 is what I keep.
Yeah.
Then he'd have to be a bottom, and I would rail him. I would rail him for free. I would go a couple rounds
For free?
No, not for free. Like for the 600,000, I would rail him.
Interesting. Would you do it more than once? What if he wanted like a whole week with you?
If you wanted a whole week,
600,000 like cash. Like he'll bring the briefcase, count it up.
If it's in like my area, so that way I'm close to home, then I'd be fine with it. But 600,000 just dropped immediately in front of me. I'd probably just like get on my knees then and there. I would spend probably 3 days with him, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I kind of have something to do back at home, you know.
Yeah. What do you think your girl would think about that? You think she'd let you?
I mean,
is that kind of money, like life-changing money?
600,000, I think she would let me. I think she would let me for 600,000 because I already told her if she gets a payment of like 200,000 or 2,000, she's fine to do collab content with her friend.
Like a guy or
girl? No, I would never, because I can never share her with a guy. With a girl, probably. Because then I'd know that like she'd never be able to get pregnant from him. It's not something she'd like to sit down with. She already told me that like she prefers men, and that if she would sit down with anyone, it would be a man, not a female. She would say females are mainly for hookups for her, or just for like fun. So basically, like, yeah, I would say I would let her. I would like if she would let me for 600,000 do whatever I wanted, then I would let her. So
interesting, cool. Well, it was really nice talking to you today, man.
Yeah.
One more thing, while we're here, show with your fingers how long you are.
I'd say about that. Here, I got you.
What am I looking at? Like the top to the bottom?
Yep, top to the bottom.
It's about 6.5.
I'd say a little bit longer.
Maybe 7.
I'm bigger than Brad, so.
What? Yo, I don't know if I believe that. We'll have to see.
We'll have to.
You want to plug your socials, bro?
It's Twitter is Christian M15440. Same with the blue page. TikTok they.fwchristian.26, and my Instagram is Christians Long. And I don't know what other socials I have.
Yeah. Well, we'll tag the Instagram. The Instagram will have all the links, right?
Yep.
So
Instagram will have
Instagram.
all the links. I mean, Christians Long on OB, Instagram, and Twitter. And then you have my other socials.
Yeah. So go check them out.